Welcome to the Reggaecy, where we endeavor to preserve the legacy of reggae and dancehall music by discussing important topics as it relates to the reggae and dancehall culture. We do this every week, so you should know our names by now. My name is Randy. I have Oliver on the other side.
All right, people. Big up on yourself as usual. Welcome to the program. Thanks for checking in. Repeat viewers, new viewers, welcome. Big up on yourself. Always remember, like, comment, subscribe. Yes, I have. So what's going on this week, Randy?
Well, we try to keep things current and number one and trending. We're just gonna touch one topic tonight. And the number one and trending topic right now, people. I would like to know from you guys. Huh?
He said, fire there, mus tail him think a cool breeze. I really want to know what go on still, but we try for, I guess, piece things together.
Yeah, well, right. For me, look, we already discussed, not discussed, but we agreed upon a topic, and the topic is
hot off the press.
Yeah, hot off the press. If you've been on social media, if you're a dancehall fan, if you're a reggae fan, if you're a music fan, you should see it because it's all over, right?
Yeah.
So, Shenseaa, you know Shenseaa, right? Like we mentioned last week, the artist were blessed in more ways than one. Plus, she have a song named Blessed, what she do with outer Russian management. Anyways, we're here to talk again or elaborate a little bit about her career because it seems there has been a change in her career. There's a change in her management, and this may come as a huge shock to many because of the closeness she had with her, previous manager now, Romeich Major from Romeich Entertainment. Right?
Right.
All right. So Shenseaa hires a new manager to launch her music career here in the United States, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who is this manager, you might ask? His name is Wasim, them call him Sal Slaby. Oliver, you know much about this guy? You wanna go into him a little bit? I mean, when I say go into his history or explain a little bit.
I mean, I know some of the artists he's currently working with.
Okay.
He's currently working with Weeknd.
Yeah, The Weeknd.
Doja Cat and Ty Dolla, to name a few. So he might have some real big artists in his underneath his management.
Right.
So maybe you can give more about his background if you have that detail.
Well, so I would say his origins, even though for suit this purpose, maybe not relevant, but he's a Lebanese born manager. Immigrated to Canada, right? Mm-hmm. And hence, the Weeknd and talents like that out of Canada. He also manages BB Rexa. I don't know if you know BB Rexa, French Montana.
Yeah.
Oliver did say Ty Dolla sign him. Manager Belly. And like a plethora of other artists. He's not only a manager, he's not only a manager of talent. He has his own record label, and he had managed a few other record labels, founded some. So he has done his time. He's been around. So that being said, I think this going based off what me and Oliver discussed in the past or speculated on, I surmised that this was coming and this is a good move for Shenseaa. Oliver, what do you think?
Excellent move. I mean, look, not to take anything from Romeich. And I feel like this is something we've been discussing for almost a year already. For people who have seen our other videos or watched the show, this is something we thought was in the making and could happen. because the management feel it's like out in the jungle when you're a manager, right, of talent. Especially for Romeich, she's probably been the most advanced manager. Well, I shouldn't say that because there's Sharon Burke and there are others. But recently, he's been one of those managers that have been at the forefront of the culture, the game, so to speak, dancehall, putting out artists, working with Ding Dong, TJ, and Shenseaa. Shenseaa seemed to be his closest artist.
Yeah.
And we wondered before if that would have an impact on her career growth, because it's all people will always look at it suspicious when a manager is too close to a female artist, a male management. We don't know what the situation was, but he sometimes considered her child, Rogero, as his son.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with being a good person, but to the public, when you're dealing with entertainment, most people don't even want to hear that their favorite artist is married, right?
Right.
So, go ahead.
And to add to that, not only do most people don't want to hear that their most favorite up and coming young female artist is married or in a relationship. The manager artist relationship, intimate relationship, it's sketchy, right? Very sketchy. And quite frankly, I'm gonna start for myself. In my opinion, I never like it. They may have played it up for publicity.
Right. It might have been nothing, but either way, it did not look good.
You're right. And see, the thing is with professional careers, right? In professional careers, whether it be in the music industry, whatever industry, people want to grow, right? And if and when you want to grow and you have such a relationship with your manager, it's difficult separating, difficult departing, difficult moving on to greater opportunities. And it sometimes is going to come off unprofessional now when that happens. I have to move on, and it in this case seems to have left a bad taste in Romeich's mouth. Pun intended. No pun intended.
So Randy, you said it creates a conflict of interest, right?
Definitely.
Because now, for example, if that's what was occurring, this is now someone we are involved with as well as managing. We all know how tough it is sometimes to have a relationship, much less a relationship plus management.
Exactly.
Right? On top of that, professionalism, like you said, becomes an issue. Because if I'm a record label or someone else in the music industry that's interested in Shenseaa's career, and I realize what's going on or what seems to be going on, now I'm thinking, I don't really want to deal with a manager that's also have an interest, not just as a manager, but as a spouse or as someone that you're seeing.
Exactly.
It looks unprofessional, one. And it keeps people at a distance.
And two, if I can add, well, two or maybe three, in any workplace or any professional setting, if manager and I would say artist or employee of what seems to be an intimate relationship, people start bringing question favoritism, which I'm wondering if that may be the reason why TJ left, because he felt like his career was being slighted because the focus was on Shenseaa's career and not either him or Ding Dong. It never really affected Ding Dong because Ding Dong was out there doing his own thing.
Right.
Pushing his career.
But that could affect me, an artist, because I could see myself as an artist going, okay, so my career then is dependent on how well so and so relationship is going on.
Yep.
And even if it's not happening, that's what you're putting out there. Because they did play this up. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
They played this up in the media. I want to touch, though, on what we had been saying. And we had said, if you listen to the last episode, please, people, go back. Look at the last one. Look at anything titled Shenseaa or Romeich. We had brought this up on a few occasions. And I felt like, look, and I've often said, I do not want to be the bearer of bad news to Romeich or feel like I'm putting negative out there. But I was really questioning if he would be capable to keep her momentum going or to improve on what was already done on an international space. I have one point before I'm going to let you cut in, Randy.
Yeah.
Today on her IG story, she listed 2 new shows already, right?
Yeah.
Was it Rolling Loud? Rolling Loud, I think Miami, and another show. So 2 big shows.
2 big shows.
I could be wrong because we still don't know if Romeich is somewhat involved. However, we weren't seeing moves like this before within America. She has not been on a big show of that caliber prior.
Internationally, yes.
Correct. And these are, Rolling Loud is a big show, especially for a new artist. The kind of crowd is a young crowd, and it's usually a place to get exposed, right?
Right.
So I think there's something in the works. I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to have her do more stuff that can cross over or sounding more hip-hop.
I think the other show, and not to cut you, that she posted was I think it was called Lost in the Rhythm or something, with a whole lot of big artists on it. Notably like Wizkid and Burna Boy, yes, on that show there.
Yes.
Huge show.
Yes.
That is up and coming.
Do you think Romeich could deliver something like that at this moment?
I don't. But here's my take on this whole thing. Nothing's ever confirmed with them, right? Nothing was confirmed with TJ. Nothing is. The only thing that is confirmed with Shenseaa is that she have new management and she announced it to the world, right? Yes. It could be the case that they're playing it up for publicity and the fact that she has a new album coming out. Correct. So I'm not gonna jump off the cliff with the other people out there who are speculating and basically throwing Romeich under the bus like a good film, like this should have been happening, and this relationship thing where I'm up with her dampened the whole thing. And, I guess some of them are speculating that even, it got in the way of the collaboration with Shenseaa and Spice and, how he was handling that they didn't really like. So I can't speak for that.
Right.
But what I can speak for is to say, yo, look, again, I said this from last week, the last thing we mentioned about Shenseaa on the last show. Every disappointment is for good. You don't have to get stuck in a rut because you feel like you lose something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
This opens the gate for you to repeat what you felt like you have done, right? With these artists, discover her from nothing and turn her into a big deal, right? You can discover other new artists from nothing and turn them into something. And that, in the sense, well, you will now be labeled as the person that the breaker of careers then. You understand? Right. So, I mean, is this the split a bad thing? I don't think so. But I also feel like they may be. I'm not sure. I'm something in a just feel like, yo, them a play this up because, she have an album come out, like some publicity stunt.
So there definitely is another manager, right?
That's for sure.
Yeah. What his contract with her look like? Because there could be a situation where she can even move on, but he still gets paid based on the contract they had before.
Right.
Or they paid him off to take over the contract. It's usually not so simple that you just move, unless Romeich didn't have a pretty good contract in place.
Right.
I do believe they might be playing some stuff up because he's posting how he's stressed and people just use you and leave. I find that it's a little bit too much emotions and speaking directly probably to the issues going on or situation. If it's not playing around, then I would say Romeich is not professional.
Right. And the same direction they are lead. But on the other side of things, Oliver, you know, think people want realism, real stuff. Like we're closer to life than this professional atmosphere where people try to walk in this corporate atmosphere where you're restrained, you can't do this and you can't do that. You know, think people love this, what they call soap opera type of
Drama.
thing. Yeah.
People love it, yes, but it's very strange, and we said this before as well, that TJ left and now Shenseaa left, supposedly, and there's no announcement.
Right.
Nothing. Well, Shenseaa made an announcement, but nothing on Romeich end, right? Just making statements that you can, I guess, maybe you would impute to the belief that there is something going on, but negatively. I noticed she's still commenting on his posts on IG even recently. So there may be something to what you're saying, Randy, that, you know, it's playing it up for the album release. I don't know.
Because again, you don't get so close to someone's kid as a human being and they just up and drop them like that because them decide to do something where them feel like I got to improve them career. I mean, as a matter of fact, what I think is if he didn't see this coming from a mile away like we did, that means he was good enough to discover her, invest in her career, and bring her to the level where he bring her, but he's not good enough to take her to the next level. That being said, if what we're seeing and what we're experiencing is as clear as it appears to be, then yes, she did need to leave. She did need to move on because him can't take her to the next level.
The management game is tricky, right? It's a wild, wild west out there, a jungle. Each man for himself. And when it comes to entertainment, a manager can be the difference in being here or here. And when people get that opportunity, 9 out of 10 persons forget about loyalty and do what's best for their career. Because everybody wants to be a star or, you know, make the best of their opportunity. And we said last week that we think this is her opportunity. And if she doesn't take charge of this within the next year, it might be it for her. I really feel like this is the time for her. And we speculated that in order for that to happen, she might need to change management. I don't think we're the only ones saying that. But one thing before we go.
Yeah.
Right, Randy. You think Russian was involved?
Of course.
Picture.
Of course, because he's a stakeholder in this. And I'm sure industry people probably mentioned to him that, look, she has talent. She can be something else.
Yeah.
Somebody put the bug in her ear and say, yo, look, if you can do something about that, it will work in your favor. So he's a huge stakeholder in this, that she's signed to his American label that is in collaboration with Interscope Records, right? So of course he's probably the one that introduced her to the manager.
Correct.
Right, and the manager basically with him track record and background, right, him profile of artists and all these things, sat down with her and told her, yo, look, I can do all these things for you. As a matter of fact, on day one, we can get you on these shows. You're a very good performer, blah, 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 blah. You know, there's not much that I really have to do to you. You are already a well-rounded artist. And he probably even said to her, because, you know, sometimes them prop up them artists say, yo, look, you're even better than many of the artists that I see out there. Maybe not the one I'm currently manage, but, you know, and I can offer you these resources. You dig? I mean, it not take a fool. Oliver, you said that me want to ask you this. The unprofessionalism that seems to be, it's being displayed by Romeich, right? Because the personalization of things and the response in social media, if I prop them, I prop it up.
Right.
you don't feel like, that it might have other repercussions because, watch this, these things happen every day with managers in the industry, bro.
Correct.
You might not hear it, and that is the thing, the number one thing. So a lot of times these things happen, people change manager, and you don't hear anything. That means a lot of stuff just gets swept under the rug.
Right, and that's all across the board. It's not just in dancehall and reggae. It's happening in hip-hop as well.
Right. So, like mentioned earlier, why Romeich, I guess maybe because she put it out there, but why Romeich never does accept it and wish her well? Accept it and say, I'm proud of her, happy for where he has brought her, and him realize, that him couldn't take her to the next level.
Maybe he will at some point, but he's not there yet. We don't know, but it doesn't seem that way though. He seems pretty stubborn. What I wanted to point out was Russian's post today on IG, and he's not always on IG. So they all could be playing this soap opera thing. He posted, just minding my business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, while chilling somewhere close to a pool.
Yeah, he was in the Dominican Republic. That suggests to me that he knows people are saying that he has something involved in this decision. And look, I got the feeling people felt like Romeich was difficult to deal with.
Correct, right?
Some fest, other organizations in Jamaica, maybe even Russian, felt like you can't have, I don't know what his personality is, but you can have a manager, but you can also have a manager that might hurt you sometime because people don't want to deal with him or her. I get that, because to me, it seems like almost everyone is okay with this. Or they seem to be, for lack of a better word, rejoicing that this has happened. And I'm not taking that approach. I don't think we're taking that approach on this program here. But it does come off that way. Usually, you'd have some artists are supporting. The support is very small for Romeich, it seems. And we said this last week on the discussion that it seems like people just want to get rid of Romeich, right? We said that.
Yeah, I'm going to share something on the screen right now. So just so people can have some bandwidth about what we're talking about. So you can see on the screen, I'm on Russian's Instagram page where I must say, minded my effing business. Is it me?
Shenseaa responded.
Yeah. So you see the response. Me not have to read it. Well answered the group text message. Yeah.
Maybe some business thing. I don't know.
You see, but the next thing I want to point out to you, I'm gonna just see this. Look at this. This is, who is he hanging out with here?
I can't see the face.
Well, maybe I'm mistaken there, but it almost looks like
someone from he was in Dubai, but I don't know who the person is.
It almost looks like French Montana to me. I'm not sure.
It's not French.
It's not French, right?
No, that's not French.
But I've seen him hanging out with French, and I've seen him hanging out with Meek Mill.
Rushan is very respected in the hip hop space. That's for real.
And look at, this is the Romeich image we were talking about. Stressed. And if that is one picture with an empty cup, and the other one where it was full.
The man I done the liquor, yo. The man take rum feet.
So all these things people are going around and checking out. Look at Shenseaa's page now.
No, click on the one that says some people. He has a post where he said, "Some will only love you as."
Some people will only love you as much as they can use you. Their loyalty ends where the benefit stops.
Seems very direct to me, to the issue.
Yeah, exactly. And the next crazy thing about this again, Oliver, I mean, you have this radio personality, right? All we know why. Sometimes in order to grow, you have to shed skin. Doesn't mean appreciation isn't there. Keep helping the youths. We appreciate that. I'm like that.
That is the right way to view this.
Exactly. Maybe
that's where he is right now. Look, I said to you when we discussed this earlier, in my opinion, I don't think it's that Romeich isn't a good manager. Sometimes management is all about who you know and who knows you.
Exactly.
I think Romeich should try his hand at an international artist or a hip hop artist in America. I think if he can build someone in another culture, another genre,
Yeah.
his respect will elevate. And if he starts moving over here, just like Shenseaa is here, he can be here as well. I
Yeah,
think he needs
definitely.
he just has to level up until he's that manager. It can happen. This guy's from Lebanon, moved to Canada. It can happen for Romeich. I think he has the skills.
Yeah, he has the skill set. He has the business acumen. I don't know why. It may be, like I said, because you get in too deep and too personal, which people probably shouldn't do in a business setting. Mm-hmm. This is the repercussions because feelings get involved. People are human beings. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from everybody else, everyone else out there. I want to hear from the audience what them think and feel about this. Is it me?
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, talk up the things, them. Tell me if you not like Romeich. Tell me if you like Romeich. Tell me if you feel like we fairly represent the facts are as they have been stated, are presented to us. You know what I mean? And tell me if
we're biased as well.
Yeah, or if you learn anything from us sharing what we have been seeing recently.
Yep.
Yeah, so, again, thanks for tuning in. Reggaecy is legacy. Until next time, Oliver, I have Randy. Much love and respect, people.
Bye, people.